question that I think a lot of people are asking themselves right now, because it's a question that I'm getting quite often is, hey, I'm thinking about a home equity line of credit, Murph. How does that work? What should I do? And yes, as of right now, I am positioning all of the cash I have for future investments in cash flowing assets. That's what I'm thinking right now. So to answer that question, what should I be thinking about the home equity line of credit or my home equity? You should be thinking about, how do you take that money out of your house, your personal residence, and invest it in cash flowing assets? Now, well, why would I do that? Why wouldn't I just keep the equity, and then when I sell my house, I have a big chunk of change? Because again, yeah, you're making decent amount of money and appreciation on that personal residence, but you can do a lot better if you find good cash flowing assets. You can do so much better that you might end up making 10, 12, 15, and sometimes, if you really know what you're doing, you can make 20% on your money. Now, you can never make 20% on your money in appreciation in one single year. So you got to think about that. And that's what I want to talk about when I talk about being a value-driven investor. If you go out and you get a home equity line of credit for 3% on your money, and let's say you have $100,000 in equity, you can pull it all out, and you're having to pay 3% on that money. For example, you take that money and now you invest it in a piece of property. Let's say it's a residential rental property, and you're able to get a 12% return on your money. So you pay 3% for your home equity line of credit, but then you go and find an investment in a residential rental property that's going to pay you 12% cash on cash return on your investment. Well, now you're making 9% return on your money. So instead of leaving that in your house where you're not going to make the 9%, you're now reinvesting that in an asset, which is going to appreciate. And it's also going to spit out a 9% net return on your money. When you're investing in anything, lots of times you can do it by yourself, which would be active investing, or you can do passive investing, where maybe you call me up and say, hey, Murph, you know what? I know you're doing real estate investing. Can I get in on anything with you? I have $100,000 of a home equity line of credit, and I would love to invest it with you if I can get at least a 10% or better return on my money. Now, you can do that, and you have to make sure that either I perform or you perform, because if you don't, then that's the risk that you're taking investing your money. If it doesn't perform, then it's not a good decision. So you have to be thinking about all the different variables. And when you become an investor, especially a value-driven investor, there's no guarantees. It's not like you just take the money and you hand it off and you're guaranteed to get a return on your investment. But what's the alternative? Leaving it in there and hoping that that fiat money creates wealth for you? I don't know. I would rather be active than passive when it comes to that.